Okay, hi guys. Now, I wanted to do a little video before I go to sleep and have a cup of tea with you guys and talk about something that I have noticed this year through my private readings and do the readings that I've been doing to YouTube as well. And actually the thing that I want to talk about is two cards, the Tower and the Ten of Swords, which have been coming reversed a lot now. Now we have the Mercury retrograde, which pre-shadow started 8th of March. And by the way, I would really like to get your comments on how you feel about this and what you've been experiencing, and have you experienced the same, especially from other readers, like what you've been seeing that is going on. But okay, so I noticed that especially at the end of February and at the month of February, there was a lot of relationships that actually were ending. A lot of people ended their relationship, and most of them were like really difficult endings, and just, you know, like the Ten of Swords, really nasty, difficult endings. Now the Mercury retrograde started like at March, the pre-phase. And during the April month, we were going through the energies of the Mercury retrograde. So for a lot of people, it was like really difficult times, especially because we were just breaking up, or a lot of people just broke up before the Mercury retrograde. And the Mercury retrograde, of course, brings the old memories, and we start to reminisce in the past. And that's when usually people from the past come into our lives. But what I noticed was that during this Mercury retrograde, there was not actually so many reconciliations. I don't think that a lot of people actually reconciled with the person that they just broke up. So a lot of people went through a lot of heartache and you know, depressed emotions during the month of April. It was like really difficult times for a lot of people to let go of the past. And of course, because there was no reconciliations, you know, it just felt kind of like even worse. Of course, it's a good thing. We all know that reconciliations during the Mercury retrograde time is not a good thing. So I think that especially for a lot of karmic relationships, that was a really good thing, because during that time, the both sides were able to build their own life, build their own self-esteem, become even more stronger. Because if you are able to not go back to that person during the Mercury retrograde, which is so difficult time, you know, as a person you grow even more stronger and stronger, because it's very difficult test. So congratulations for those of you who didn't reconcile at the time of this Mercury retrograde. Well, the thing is that Mercury retrograde is kind of still going on, because we're still in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, and it's actually going to end tomorrow. Yeah, the 4th of May is going to be the last day of this shadow phase. And what I've noticed now is that basically after the Mercury retrograde, the most critical time ended. After that, those people and those issues that were just before the Mercury retrograde has like come around again, which is kind of weird, because usually people and things come back at the time of this Mercury retrograde. But now I feel like those issues are coming back after this. And and for a lot of people, it seems like those situations are something that, okay, you already thought that you were finished and it was over. And, you know, I'm moving on in my life, and you know, something happens and you just have to deal with that person again, or you have to deal with that issue again. And that's why I feel like we've been getting a lot of this, okay? That these same cards, these same issues, endings that were already kind of, they happened already in February, and now we have to deal with them still. It's like, just like the Mercury retrograde have just been just a pause, and suddenly the issues are back on the scene again. So I've actually like experienced that in my life as well, in my own personal life, that my personal relationship that has ended a long time ago, I have to deal with it now in like very in a very painful way, okay? So I would really like to hear your experiences as well, like what you are going through at the moment, you know. And what I was feeling as well is that at the end of the month of May, actually things will start to somehow change. But it's like, somehow I have also felt like people are really dealing with situations that were not unfair. Like, okay, the ending that happened, you know, you were not treated fairly, or there was, you know, it's like, you know, the karma didn't settle at the time. You were felt like, okay, this person didn't get what they deserved, or, you know, I was mistreated, you know, there's no justice in this situation. And now it's kind of back, like coming back again. And how I see this is that the time of the Mercury retrograde, for a lot of us, where this kind of like a test, you know, am I able, for example, just, you know, be by myself? Am I able to resist temptations? Am I able to be strong and build my self-confidence, build myself as a person, self-growth? And now that you've done the hard work during that time, you know, now they're kind of, oh yeah. Okay, so they're basically now bringing the situation back, because now you're strong enough to handle the situation. And I think that now you have been going through such a painful period that it gave you a different kind of perspective in that situation, and about the person or situation, or the person, you know. Some of you were going through like divorce, legal situations, ending relationships, and now you know how to deal with that. because you're so much stronger. So this is kind of where I would like to hear your experiences, because this is something that I've been noticing, not just with my private life, but when I've been doing readings. I was actually today when I was doing readings and I got these two cards like so often. I was like, everybody's getting this. It's like these ghosts from the past are coming back, and you know, we just have to deal with them now. So I think that, you know, actually, because of course the thing that you first feel and you know, think about it is like, oh my God, you know, I really thought that this is done and I'm over with this situation. But I think that now we have the opportunity to do things right and to get justice, and you know, justice in our situations, and close these chapters in that kind of way that you don't ever want to, or you don't ever have to look back again. Because it's so interesting that usually the springtime is for a lot of people such a happy time, and spring and sunshine and everybody's happy. But I've just got like pretty heavy like energies of the month of May for a lot of people, just because, you know, a lot of people have to just do these closures at the month of May. But as I said, I think that the time between the kind of so-called ending and now finalizing the ending was for your own soul to grow your personality, to make you stronger. And it's like, I've always said that pain is the way that we grow. That it's actually like the only way to grow. This is my opinion. Someone, you know, might think differently, but I feel like without the pain, there's no growth. So in that way, when I've had a lot of painful experiences in my life, I felt like, okay, I'm blessed in that way, because, you know, you just get wiser and get more knowledge, especially about yourself, through the pain. And, you know, when we just have to face the pain, and this is what I mean, that, for example, yeah, okay, you ended your relationship, and at the time of the Mercury retrograde, that person comes back, and it's kind of like putting a band-aid on your wound. You know, it kind of helps a little bit, and you don't really have to do the work with yourself, just being by yourself, that you're supposed to do. So I think that the month of April has been really, really mind-opening month for a lot of people when it comes to their self-growth. And yeah, I think that, you know, we're now stronger to face these difficulties that are at the month of May. Through these painful experiences that we had to go through. Because I've seen a lot of heartache, a really, really deep heartache in people's readings and of course my YouTube videos in the month of April. But I feel that a lot of people are now, they're not anymore in such a sorrow. It's like the Three of Swords has been turned around. It's like you're getting out of that heartache. You're not anymore in that heartache energy. You're getting out of that. You're healing. And it's because, you know, you've done a really, really amazing job by healing yourself during April. So good for those of you who have been doing that. Now, did I have something else to say? Yeah, because I was thinking a lot this. You see, when in my personal life this situation came back, I was like, you know, it's really like a situation where there's no justice, or with this person there was never like no justice, and it was so unfair situation in many ways. And I was like, oh my God, that I'm dealing with this still, and things felt like they were actually going in even worse now at the beginning of May and end of April. And I was thinking a lot about like, what's the purpose here, and why is this happening, and you know, is it really possible that this is going to be as fucked up as I think it's gonna be, like that this person is just gonna run away again, not paying for anything, just this sneaky shit that this person just get away with every time. But because of that, I was doing a lot of like thinking. I'm a Virgo, I like to analyze. And I just got to this conclusion by other people's readings and my own readings, not my own readings, but these YouTube readings, that I think that this is, you know, the conclusion time, and this is the finalizing, you know, ending the situations that were not fair. And I think that it's the time of karmic justice that is going to be happening at the month of May. So for all of those of you who are going through these difficult times and you really feel like there is no hope and there's no justice in the situation, I really feel like this is the time when you're gonna get the justice, and this is the time when the scales are gonna be in balance. They're gonna be balanced at the month of May. So just have strength. I know it's really difficult. We have to be in that difficult energy still. But what can you do about it? Well, what I can do, what I'm trying to do is, because, well, again, I go back to the fact that I'm a Virgo. So I'm a lot in my head. I stress a lot, and that influences me a lot. It influences my capability of living just a normal life, doing my work, things like that. I lose my sleep and that kind of thing. And what can you do? Well, first, meditation. If you know how to meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, just, you know, YouTube videos about meditation. Other thing is, of course, exercising. Just go for a walk. Anything that you do with your physical body is always good, because when we're using our physical body, we kind of switch off our brain. It's like your brain starts to put its focus to your muscles and, your body that is working. So the attention goes to your body. So that really helps. And of course, the thing is that I know it's hard, but just try not to think about it. Just decide that, okay, I will not think about it today. I will think about it tomorrow. Or if you have to, deal with some kind of paperwork or legal things or anything, just think that, okay, I will not think about it today. I think about it when I have to do it. Just this overstress. I think I should add some kind of commercials to these, when these stop these things. Okay, so just try not to overstress. I know it's hard. Me, I'm so good at it. I'm so good at stressing, like, oh my gosh. But if it's possible, try not to. So that's basically what I wanted to talk with you guys. And as I said, I really like to get or hear your experiences as well, and you know what you are going through. And as I said, from other readers, like how you have seen, you know, when you've been doing this job, and you know, I just want to get some kind of conversation about this situation. And of course, you know, just when you can share, you know, how you stress with the anxiety and the stress, is going to be really helpful for a lot of people to share your tips and advices as well. But okay, now my tea is already cold, and I have to edit now this video to get these videos all together so that you don't get a fucking 3 videos. So thank you guys. I think I'm gonna be doing more of these kind of videos as well. You know, it's good that we talk about things and try to share our experiences to see, you know, just support each other in growing as souls and human beings and in our lives. Okay, but hey, have a good night or day or whatever it is there. I'm gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow is a new day. It's a better day. It's a new start. And yeah. And like Scarlett O'Hara says in Gone with the Wind, that, oh, I'm not gonna think about it today. I'm gonna think about it tomorrow. So let's guys think about it tomorrow. Okay, take care. Love you guys. Bye.